Versatile, fearless. Shabana ji, you are a treasure to cinema.
It sort of flew over my head. I didn't really internalize the fact that I'd won a national award. I did not realize that it would become the path breaker. It was so typical of Manmohan Desai that he spoke it just as it is. And that's what endeared me.
Avatar, I think, shook many parents.
Avatar had a very deep impact on society. And so many people came up. It brought about some transformation in some people's thinking.
You did a role which today is being considered as something, okay, this person has done this role. She's bold. You did that role in 96.
I felt that if I did this film, it would make it more difficult for the women. There was a time when Naseer and I were doing so many films together that he was spending more time with me than with Ratna, and I was spending more time with him than with Javed.
Shashi Kapoor.
You know, I have been a fan of Shashi Kapoor since I think I was 9. When I was suddenly cast opposite him in Hero Aur Patthar, it was like completely unbelievable. See, all actors need one film by which they'll always be remembered. And so I've got that. And I have only Mahesh Bhatt to thank for it.
Versatile, fearless. Shabana ji, you are a treasure to cinema. 50 years. I think we all have been lucky to have you. And if I praise you any further, I'll mess up my grammar, trust me, in my nervousness and privilege to sit opposite you right here for this interview.
Thank you, Vic. Thank you so much.
Shabana ji, I'll jump to this question straight away. First movie, Ankur, 1974, and a national award. Who does that?
It really doesn't happen. And so when it happened, it sort of flew over my head. I didn't really internalize the fact that I'd won a national award for it. But the credit must go entirely to Shyam Benegal for conceiving the role of Lakshmi in the way that he did. And it was very interesting because, you know, before that, I had never entered a village. So I was this St. Xavier's sort of Bombay girl who had never experienced this. And so when Shyam took me to that village, I think it was Yella Reddy Guda, about 25 miles from Hyderabad. For me, everything looked so alien. And he realized that immediately. And so he said, okay, so get into your clothes and just walk. Just walk around the village. Because I had to get my gait in that sari, unchi sari, pante and all that. And then there was also one very interesting thing that I couldn't sit on my haunches. And a lot of my work was on my haunches. So Shyam said, listen, you're not going to sit at the dining table with us. You sit in that corner on the floor till you learn to sit on your haunches. So I did that dutifully. Now, a couple of days into the shooting, a couple of college boys came and they looked at me very disdainfully and they said, heroine kidhar hai picture ki? So I said, she hasn't come today. So they said, aur tum kaun hai? तो मैंने कहा मैं आया का रोल करूं. ठीक है, they said, and they went away. Now Shyam had watched this and then he called me and he hugged me and he said, you've convinced them that you are a maid, so you've done what you're supposed to do. Now you can come and sit with us and now you can join the table. So it was, you know, this kind of grueling experience that one had to go through. But for me, what was very fascinating was the mind of Lakshmi. You know, a lot of people had advised me against the film and they said, you can't do that. You'll be stamped a vamp for the rest of your life. And imagine she has an extramarital affair and she also steals rice. Now, for me, the stealing of rice was such a human thing. It had really warmed me to Lakshmi, and people were viewing it differently. So it is to Shyam's credit that, and it was based on a real life story that Shyam's friend had. And the learning to pound the mirchi, there's a certain rhythm in which you do it, which I couldn't do. And so all the women would laugh at me and say, Shahar ki ladki aur itna bhi nahi aata hai, and things like that. And of course, we became friends. And it passed by without without much ado. But I do remember writing to my mother, and I said, you know, this is a kind of Satyajit Ray quality I can sense in what we are shooting. So I realized that this would be a different kind of film, but I did not realize that it would become the path breaker that it did and lead the way for parallel cinema in Hindi. So I'm very fortunate to have got that.
We were very fortunate that you started your journey there. And 76, I'm jumping 2 years ahead, you did the biggest blockbuster, which we still see n number of times, Amar Akbar Anthony.
You know, it's a very interesting story. I had worked with Manmohan Desai before that in a film called Parvarish. In fact, we were simultaneously shooting it. And I'd absolutely enjoyed being with Neetu Singh. We were both thieves together, sisters. And there was, of course, Vinod Khanna and Amitabh Bachchan. And it was a ball. I had a ball. So he came to me while I was shooting for another film. I think it was in Ranjit's studio. And he said, hey, Shabana, you have to do me a favor. So I said, of course, Manji, tell me. He's saying, I am producing a film for the first time and I want you to be part of it. I said, done. So he's saying, nahi, pehle sun le. Role ball kuch bhi nahi hai, but wo Vinod Khanna मेरी जान के पीछे पड़ेगा कि ऋषि कपूर को हेरोइन दी है, अमिताभ बच्चन को हेरोइन दी है, मेरे को क्यों नहीं दे रही, तो मैं तेरे से गुस्सा रहा हूँ. So it was so typical of Manmohan Desai that he spoke it just as it is. And that's what endeared me to him, you know. So I said yes, and I'm very glad to have been part of that film.
So, क्या चल रहा था set पर? You know, it's very interesting when you watch the film. So many people, so much of chaos.
So much of chaos. So, Suno, I'm going to tell you something that will take a breath away. We were at Raj Kapoor's studio, and there were two shootings simultaneously with the same actors and the same director. One was Parvarish and the other was Amar Akbar Anthony. So the actors were changing clothes and going and doing that. And Manmohan Desai would go from one set to another. Can you imagine something like that today? And I remember being so fascinated because I watched the scene in which Amitabh Bachchan is putting a tape on the mirror reflection of himself. Vicky, he did 14 takes for no fault of his. The kuch camera ki gadbad ho jati, kuch, but the concentration with which he would do it, I mean, it was stunning to watch. And I always think कि मतलब कितना focus or imagination है कि you were doing one film and on the same day you're doing another film on the next set. It's complete chaos. But only Manmohan Desai could pull that through. You know, take us along with him in the spirit and say, and Parvarish was crazy because for 1 month, Neetu Singh and I were, the villain had caught us and there was this well and we were hanging from the well and we couldn't afford to fall because there were crocodiles that could eat up our legs. Now, can you imagine trying to bring any kind of realism in it? But then we started falling in the water और हम में से इतनी बदबू आती थी, इतनी बदबू क्योंकि पता नहीं कितना stagnant water था, that when we would come out of it, people say, and we would say, you're doing, and what about us? We are going to get some kind of skin rash or something. And then we'd go and then we'd have a bath and it was like, but it was just fun. It was just tremendous fun.
Even Neetu was doing both the films.
Yes, Neetu was doing both the films and Neetu was lovely. I used to just get along extremely well with her.
You know, you've done 160 films and how many have you refused? Be honest.
Oh, many, many, many. And you see, for me, it wasn't really very difficult because I was pretty certain that there were certain kind of films I wouldn't do. There were films that uh, if they suggested that a woman is inferior to a man, I wouldn't do it. If a film had any communal um, problems, then I wouldn't do it. So, I mean, I was very clear in my values because I have a worldview, and I've also regarded my worldviews as informing the choices that I make as an actor or as an activist or anything. And I remember there was a film that was offered to me, and I said no. And he said, "But it's the main role. What are you doing?" So I said, "I can't do this film." And there was another film that he was making, which had a very small role in it. I said, "I'll do that." He said, "You're mad. Nobody would make that choice." I said, "No, but I have to do that." And the sad thing was, I refused that film. Somebody else did, and the film did become a big hit. But हमको जो करना है हम करेंगे.
Which was that film?
नहीं, बताओ.
Okay. But you know, when you mentioned that you didn't want the woman to be inferior on screen, etc., and you refused those roles, it makes me ask, did the pay disparity bother you
No.
during those
No.
days? Some people have now become vocal.
Pay disparity doesn't bother me even now. You know why? Because the fact is that the pay disparity happens because women-led films do not earn the kind of box office revenues that the male-led films do. So women, in order to reach that place, have had to forego their pay, lessen their pay, do all kinds of things. So I don't think that's such a terrible thing because it's in the process. And because it's happening in the process and you've contributed to that process, a time will come when it will become equal. I mean, there have been some girls and some women recently who have been successful in doing women-led films which have done well commercially, and that slowly will create it. Lekin agar if you want the movement rather than just for yourself, if you want the movement to succeed, then you will have to undergo. The number of films that I did for free when I was doing parallel cinema is...
You did Earth for free. I mean, we came to know very recently.
Yeah, but there were also...
when Bhatt Saab spoke about it.
There were also other films, and there were films, you wouldn't believe it, when we paid from our own pocket to make sure that the schedule happens. आज कोई कर सकता है ऐसा? I remember बाबूराम इशारा ये पिक्चर मैं कर रही थी और पता ही चला कि नहीं अब जो है नहीं हो सकता because पैसे ही नहीं है. I gave him money. When we were doing विनोद चोपड़ा के साथ हम लोग फिल्म कर रहे थे खामोश. Very nice film.
What a fantastic film.
Yes, and I heard that Vinod is going by third class by train, and he had just had an operation and he was uncomfortable. And I said, "What nonsense!" And I bought him the ticket because it was not about money. It was about a vision and about doing something together, something of value. It was not all calculated in terms of money.
Before I ask you where you met Javed Saab, because that is something that is unknown, let's quickly discuss some of the finest directors you worked with. And I would like to point out at least three: Shyam Benegal, Basu Terry, and Mahesh Bhatt. If you could speak about that.
Well, I owe so much to Shyam Benegal because I started with him. Had I not started with Shyam Benegal, but with different kind of films, my career would have taken a completely different trajectory. But I was very fortunate because I was out of the Film Institute. I had been exposed to international cinema, to Norwegian cinema to Japanese cinema to French cinema, that I would never, Italian cinema, which I would never have seen had I not gone to the Film Institute. So obviously my aesthetics were being shaped. And then I was very fortunate that I got Shyam Benegal really and truly to mentor me. He doesn't want to be called my mentor. He doesn't want to be called my guru. So I keep saying he's my reluctant guru. But the thing is that Shyam has influenced my life not only as director to actress, but also in shaping my aesthetics and teaching me about life. Whether he did it consciously or not, I don't know. But Shyam has been very, very important. And what I really appreciate about Shyam is, you know, after that, when in the moments, in the times when I wasn't working with him, if he liked something of mine, he would ring me up and say, "Bahut acha." But if he didn't like something, and he would call me and something I wouldn't, you know, he would call and call again till he was able to talk to me and then explain to me what he thought was wrong with my performance in complete detail. Now, if that's not a guru, I don't know who is.
I think he considers you family
guru.
from what I make of this.
Yes, but you know, he considers me an equal and I want him to be my guru. But he considers me an equal, but I value it so much because I think only if you care very deeply for somebody will you take the trouble of telling them that you haven't liked something. Because otherwise you just want to be pretty pleased, happy with everybody. कोई जो है ये बताना नहीं चाहता. अगर वो बताते हैं और उनसे मैंने benefit किया है, so I truly, truly appreciate. I just absolutely love the man.
Vasudha?
Vasudha was absolutely lovely, completely underrated. The understanding of the middle class person and his dialogue was absolutely wonderful. I mean, everybody talks about Swami, but Jeena Yahan is a film that to me is so relevant even today. And अपने पर आए, you know, बहुत सारी फिल्में, मगर उनकी जो सबसे बड़ी strength थी वो था उनका dialogue, उनकी understanding, and it was very funny. We were shooting in a lake in Mysore or something for Jeena Yahan. And we were in a boat. So I was told there were crocodiles in the river or the lake. So I said, and I was singing a song. और वो ऊपर से कैमरा देख रहे थे. तो मैंने कहा, बाशुदा इसमें मगरमच्छ हैं. And what will happen if the मगरमच्छ starts eating my feet? He's saying, तुम ऊपर से गाना गाते रहो, नीचे से कुछ भी होगा तो चलेगा, as long as you're singing. It was so typically Basu Chatterjee, I can't tell you. I enjoyed working with him very, very much. Lovely. And see, he had an understanding of this woman as somebody with respect and somebody with dignity. In Apne Paraye, the character I play has dignity. In Swami, padhi likhi ladki hai. You know, at that time you didn't see it, that she would read these, she'd read Tolstoy. I mean, at that time, who knew? So he had a perfect understanding. I consider myself fortunate that I got a chance to work with him.
Mahesh Bhatt?
What Mahesh Bhatt did by giving me Arth is the most precious gift and a director can give an actor, because 40 years later, there are still women who come up to me and they say that Arth transformed their lives and gave them courage. And Mahesh made the film with such honesty, such complete honesty. And he is an absolutely excellent director for an actor. There is a shot in Arth from that beautiful song, Tum Itna Jo Muskura Rahe. Now, what had happened is we'd been shooting it for 2 days. So when that shot came, and the shot comes after Rajkaran sees that my divorce papers have been signed. And so now I was sort of drained and I wasn't being able to uh, bring myself to it. And just before the clap went off, Mahesh said, "Look, exposed." Just that word, exposed, was the most perfect word he could have ever used. Because now, when you see that, you know that completely ऐसा लगता है कि इसको बिल्कुल expose कर दिया है. So he had this ability of giving you the right word. He had the ability of stirring up emotion in you. And when I would, if he gave me something very difficult to do and I would try to, he said, don't do artificial conflict. You have to do it and you just go ahead and do it. For instance, the scene that I do in Earth when I speak to Smita, the phone scene. Okay, now that came in after, in my head, the film had been done. So Mahesh rings me up and he says, "Where are you shooting today?" I said, "Filmistan." He said, "Before you go to Filmistan, you just come to the Sunita bungalow where Smita is shooting, and just against the wall, we'll take one, क्या बोलते थे उसका? कुछ word था उसका. When you just insert something. So I said, "Okay." He said, "You just come as you are. You don't have to dress up or any such thing." And I reached there and he gives me this scene. And I just looked at him and said, "Mahesh, are you mad? How can I do?" And he says, "Artificial conflict की जरूरत नहीं है. हमारे पास time ही नहीं है. Because this is the last day that we are shooting. And we have to do it, just go." So I started feeling that emotion inside me. He said, "We'll do just one rehearsal." And that rehearsal, when I was getting all emotional, he said, "Flat rehearsal, flat rehearsal." So it's just के मतलब Praveen Bhatt कैसे वो camera लेगा? And then he said, "Start and action." And that whole shot is done in one take. And 10 minutes later, I was out and going to the next shooting. I feel that, in fact, if it had been given to me a couple of days in advance, I would have got knotted in my stomach and I would have tried to do all kinds of things and all that. The fact that he just gave it to me and made me do it. But it was also because Mahesh and I were so well tuned with each other during कि मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ कि वो बटन दबाते थे और बस I would start performing. But I'm deeply, deeply grateful to him because the number of people who still come up to me and talk about art, so it was, see, all actors need one film by which they'll always be remembered. So, like Nargis got Mother India, is tarah ka. And so I've got art, and I have only Mahesh Bhatt to thank for it.
Where did you meet Javed Saab?
Javed says that he first came to our house when he was just, I think I was 3 and he was 8 or some such thing.
He remembers.
He remembers because, see, his parents and my parents were friends. His father and my father are so similar in their worldview, the fact that both of them were from the Communist Party, that they were lyricists, they were poets, they were progressive writers, they were from UP, they loved Urdu. इतनी सारी चीजें साथ थी कि ये कहा जाता है हमारे बारे में कि we should have actually had an arranged marriage, because if you look at how similar backgrounds we are. But I started seeing him around the late 70s, when he would come. He had just started writing poetry and he would come to my father to show him the poetry and sala lene ke liye. I used to stay away from him because I had heard that Salim Javed were very arrogant people and they were from a world that I didn't want to be part of. And so I would stay away. Now, when he saw Sparsh, he really went all out, and he came and he talked to me and he spoke to me about Sparsh and all that. And I was so surprised because I realized, oh my God, but I think of him as somebody completely different, and uh, how carefully he has noted or कैसे dialogue उनको याद है. And then अब्बा के जो dialogue थे ही रांझा के पूरे उनको याद थे. So slowly we started meeting in Janki Kutir, and I found that he was not at all like his image. That he was firstly very intelligent, very, very funny. All those things, of course, very, very witty. But the fact is that he was somebody with whom I shared my worldview.